change of pace.
Welcome to the Change of Pace podcast. This is Rohan. I'm joined by Sai today. See, we're already on day 3 of the NBA season, and we're already doing another podcast. That's just how exciting the season has been so far. Day 4, I think. We got more exciting games yesterday, which was Thursday. Thunder Pacers, Warriors Nuggets, and a bunch of other exciting games that happened on the days between. So let's get started. Let's go over in the way we're going to structure this podcast is biggest disappointments and biggest surprises of the early NBA season. Most teams have played 1 to 3 games. I think the Warriors are the only team that have played 3. Most have played 2, and some have played 1. So Sai, what do you want to go with first? Warriors Nuggets?
Well, I think we got to start with the biggest surprise of them all, and that's the gambling betting scandal that we've seen in the NBA. The FBI basically arrested 3 people associated with the NBA. Chauncey Billups, head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers. Uh, Miami Heat player Terry Rozier, who's been under betting investigation with the NBA before, and then also Damon Jones, an ex-assistant coach and ex-player with the NBA. I think he was a Cavs assistant coach and like real close friends with LeBron. Um, just some crazy news. What have you heard about this, and what do you think?
I mean, I hear that Chauncey Billups is involved with the Mafia, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
I don't First of all, I don't understand betting for these NBA players, especially higher profile. I mean, Terry Rozier has probably surpassed 50 million plus in his career, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's on a $24 million per year contract right now. I don't know why he is doing these bets. It's just pure greed, I guess.
And
Damon
what's even
Jones,
crazier, I think he has to pay $9 million in bail just to get out of jail,
that's
which
hilarious.
is you're
I
paying him
wonder
so
how
much
much
money.
he paid, though, for it. There's no way I don't know how much you guys are making, because it's also ridiculous to expect someone to put a $1 million bet on Terry Rozier of all players, right? So,
Yeah.
and not expect people to figure it out. But yeah, Chauncey Billups thing also odd. I know Damon Jones implicated LeBron, but I don't know that LeBron has anything to actually do with this. If you're around the league, you might tell someone I'm not playing today, very casually, not with the intention of go tell your group chat of 50 fucking gambling addicts that I'm not playing so they can bet the over on the Bucks points or something. I think it's just out of nowhere. I think it's crazy that the FBI found out and the NBA had given up, I guess, on this Terry Rozier thing, and it's clearly all connected. So some
Yep.
huge gambling ring, 30 players implicated in this. I'm very excited to see the list coming out. It was just funny. It's the NBA is working itself into politics. We see Cash Patella talking about the league. We see fucking Stephen A. Smith saying that Donald Trump is coming to get his revenge on
Yeah.
the NBA for being too progressive. It's very funny to me to see all these idiots talking. I feel like people, a lot of the prominent podcasts have talked a lot about this, and I think it's very interesting and very funny. I don't care that much. It was also weird. Chauncey Billups was wearing a Clutch Sports Group hoodie when he
I saw that.
exited
Yeah.
his trial, whatever that was, at the courthouse, which is odd.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely going to be done with. He's never going to coach again. He's not going to be associated with the league again. I still think he'll stay in the Hall of Fame. Terry Rozier also out of the league. Malik Beasley's out of the league, right? He's done.
No, I mean he's not on a team right now, but he's not technically out of the league.
Yeah, but you would considering the season he had last year, he's obviously no one wants to get him on their team.
I think I've heard some things about the Knicks kind of potentially wanting him. I don't know how legit they were.
There must be a reason why, again, after a 16-point per game year shooting 40% three, that no one wants it, or no.
I mean, I agree. But I also think he got cleared of all these charges kind of at an odd time where, or at least from the NBA's point of view, I think still things could be coming from the FBI and the investigations going on, maybe was related to Malik Beasley. So that could be another reason why at this point he's not. But I think he just got cleared of all these charges at a weird time in the at a weird time in the off season where everyone just kind of lost their cap space and he was probably expecting some more money. But also it could just be he's under too much heat right now.
I don't think it's even a vet. This guy definitely wants to. He's not old by any means. He definitely should be in the NBA right now, even taking a minimum. Right.
I think The craziest thing about this thing though is the Chauncey Billups piece.
Yeah.
Obviously, we heard about his connections with the mafia and having these illegal poker tournaments and
Yeah.
where he has I don't know secret like cameras inside the cards, the shufflers and like cards with like marked and things just to make sure it's rigged for the mafia to win.
Yeah.
But also, it does seem like Chauncey Billups is involved in the Terry Rozier element as well with the betting. So he's been telling other outside people like, hey, the Blazers are planning on tanking this year. And I'm okay. I feel like a player is one thing, but the head coach of the team who makes all these
That's
big
so wild.
decisions is so
Yeah.
insane. Like if like that's one of the craziest things. Obviously, he's
It
never going
happened
to
a
coach
while
again.
ago. It happened back when Dame was on the roster itself. Like he was saying,
Right.
like for a specific game, like Dame is saying, they're resting all their starters in like 2023 or something.
Hmm.
Uh, it's so crazy. And you saw that tweet about Denny Avdia. Like someone like I think last year said like Chauncey Billups definitely betting because Denny Avdia has played 35 plus minutes for 5 straight games, and
Yep.
randomly he's playing 25 minutes tonight when fully healthy. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck is going on here? So yeah, it's crazy. He has that much intel, and
Yep.
he's going to share it with the world. So Damon Jones, same vibe. I mean, he's been a coach for a while. Obviously, former player, has connections all around the league.
Yep.
So they always it's insider trading for the NBA. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups both put out an indefinite leave,
Yeah.
and then Tiago Splitter taking Chauncey Billups' case and
One of
immediately getting his first win.
against my
And,
team. We'll talk
yep.
about it maybe for a second, but yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting case. There's just a lot of drama this season, and it's not even related to the actual basketball being played or
And
even like
basketball team is phenomenal. Pure cinema.
right. Like this year alone, we got the Luka trade, we got the Kawhi Leonard as cap circumvention shit, and now we
Dude,
got
he's
this.
probably so happy right now. That shit
Yeah,
is taking a full like backseat to this thing.
exactly.
This way, Kawhi just seems like someone who'd be involved in this too, considering how much he sat as well.
I could literally see it. Yeah. I mean, he
Oh,
probably is the best at playing poker too. Like he got no tell, just like straight
crazy,
faced.
crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you good with this? Anything else you want to add for the viewers about our opinions on this scandal?
I mean, I think we gotta, it's obviously due to the fact with how involved the NBA is with betting. Like, I mean, I don't think these big, like these situations would happen, right, where the mafia is involved, where because you can make money on betting again in NBA games. Like as soon as sports betting was legal for NBA games, this shit was bound to happen. But the
Yeah.
fact that like everywhere, all you see betting's being advertised for the NBA. Remember, like, did
Yeah.
you see on Twitter where
It
ESPN
removed it.
bet was like taken down?
So
Like,
annoying. Like
yeah.
it became legal like 3, 4 years ago, and
Hmm.
immediately they're shoving it down. It's so shameless too,
Yeah.
right? Like you'll have a fucking like a podcast denouncing the betting, and they'll be like, "Oh, by the way, we're sponsored by FanDuel." But like,
Yeah.
so annoying. They're like enabling these addicted kids and all to do this, right? And gambling, like, it's just such a stupid I don't know. I find it very degenerate. Like it's very fun. It is
Yep.
fun. Of course, I've like done prize picks casually or something, but I
Right.
think it's a terrible part of sports. And it's also these NBA players are affected by it. Like personally, they definitely all get threats. Like as much as someone cares about the
Absolutely.
Lakers winning a championship, they also care about KCP hitting his over. Like KCP's getting death threats before. I'm sure he's getting more now. Like because people care about their money first and foremost. So yeah, I don't think it's good for the league.
I
And
agree. And
Adam Silver
hopefully.
said it too.
Yeah, Adam Silver has just been dealing with a lot of shit this year. Like he has to do something about capture prevention. He has to do something like these can become real issues if they're
Yeah.
not addressed. And especially with how like available reporters are getting at like finding out this shit too. Like I'm sure behind the scenes this type of stuff was happening in the early 2000s. I mean, we
Yeah.
obviously found out about some of the stuff, but maybe worse stuff was happening. But now it feels like it's just even easier to find out because of the internet and
Information
the
is so easily accessible now. Yeah, for sure.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's get to some actual basketball, huh?
Let's do it.
So let's start with Thunder Pacers. I think
Yeah.
the finals rematch, game 8 of the finals deserves
Yep. I was
the.
gonna say like biggest surprise, the Thunder being in two double overtime games to start off the year.
Well, that's like 6 overtimes now. I think have been played because today there was another overtime game between Spurs and Pelicans,
Right.
Warriors Nuggets yesterday, and then Thunder have 4 overtimes in the last 2 games. Yeah, what are your thoughts on Thunder Pacers? I'll give a quick like again non-Thunder fan point of view. They were without like Thunder were without like 6 maybe key rotational pieces. I think Case and Wallace was out, Alex Caruso was out, J Dub is out. I don't know. There's
Isaiah Joe was also out. Kenrich Williams was also out. He's been out.
yeah,
But yeah, those five guys for the most part, I
five guys.
think.
So this is Shea Carey job, and as much as we hate the free throws, like it's under like 25 free throws. I mean, the guy just hits tough shots down the stretch, and then like very pivotal because we also like. I feel like there was a point at which he was also selling. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he turned up. It's very similar to game one of the season. He kind of turns it up when it matters most. I thought Pacers were more surprising to me, given that Andrew Nemhard goes down. Like I think Shea accidentally like clipped him or something early. I forgot what part of his body it was, like his
I want
arm,
to say yeah, he like his arm like on a like a chicken wing kind of
shoulder.
move that Nemhard had.
Yeah, and he's out for God knows how long. Siakam just fucking went insane. I thought on both ends, like he completely owned the Chet matchup. I was sure Chet was gonna have his way against this team, given that really they don't really have like a starting caliber center. They have like Isaiah Jackson and Jay Huff, and I thought Jarris Walker had some really decent minutes for them as well, defensively. And yeah, I mean, the grit is very impressive with them. They play exactly the same way. Their defense somehow, like, it's not that they have like incredible defensive personnel, but like Siakam guarded Chet very well. Obviously, Aaron Nesmith plays his part. And then Benedict Mathurin obviously is like a big surprise, like a most improved player candidate early in as a preseason pick. Not surprising. I think he does have tunnel vision sometimes, but yeah, he definitely had a really good game. Got to the line as well. So yeah, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. This felt like a playoff game. It felt like an early 2000s kind of game. Obviously, it was very high scoring, 141 to 135. But in the sense, this was a super physical game. It was very slow, even though the Pacers like to play fast because just the amount of free throws that were being shot.
Yeah,
The Thunder shot 51 free throws. Obviously, people hate to see that. Pacers also shot 40 free throws. So this was an insanely slow, long game. I actually didn't see much of the Nuggets Warriors game because this like ate up so much into that time, obviously with
yeah,
the double overtime period as well. Shea, obviously, I wouldn't say he was bad because he was great in the first half, especially. I thought the third quarter maybe he took a step back, but at like winning time, he definitely made the right plays. Very focused. Like the last game, it felt like he was passive, was shooting a lot of threes, and he shot a couple threes this game as well, 2 for 7. But
yeah.
it felt like he was very determined in driving and getting downhill. And obviously, the Pacers play extremely physical.
Yeah,
And I thought it was on both ways. Thunder was very physical. Obviously, that's their style with Dort as their head guy. But I thought the Pacers were also extremely physical. Nemhard, Mathurin, Siakam, very like physical defenders, and Shea was able to take advantage of that with embracing that physicality and forcing for free throws. And another guy I thought was huge for the Thunder, AJ Mitchell. Um,
yeah.
he's looking like a six man of the year contender, legit. Just in I've always been really high on him. First half of the season, he was really like solid. Like anytime you used to watch him play, he's like that's an NBA player. Every time he was out on the floor. No, not an elite shooter by any means, but whenever he was on the floor, like he would able to get guys involved, drown like very confident driving downhill and like very polished as a player there. And then, but th at the last couple of games, especially, his volume's gotten higher because of the lack of J-Dub. They just need another ball handler, and he's taken that role and played really well, getting downhill, hitting these like tough, like slow step floaters, bank shots. Like he's able to get in the paint and kind of and impact very well. And then or Aaron Wiggins, sorry, not Andrew Wiggins.
Big
Uh,
three. Right. Yeah.
like OKC could not shoot these last two games, especially this game. They shot 10 for 35. Aaron Wiggins made half of those threes, shooting 5 for 9. That was just huge for winning this game. But for the Pacers, Mathurin, incredible. Siakam, incredible. Those guys were really killer. It felt like a really well-rounded effort. And anytime the Thunder were able to get a point, then there would just be like this magical Walker shot where he'd just like hit glass and hit a fadeaway, or Siakam would, hit a rainbow three. Mathurin would get downhill, get to the line. Shepard would hit a clutch shot. Like
Yeah, Ben Shippers.
this team is
Yeah,
resilient as fuck. Like they are very, very good. And I think they're just going to continue that way and be like a top 6 or 7 seed this in
yeah.
the going into the East.
Interesting take. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the Pacers. I think Bucks so far have also looked pretty decent
Yep.
against like mediocre-ish competition. Celtics look like they're definitely a step behind the Pacers. Sixers, another question mark. They're the rare team that has only played one game so far this season, I think. So yeah, Yeah, very interesting thing. Thunder seem to be on pace for the first seed again, and then yeah, let's continue on. Quickly, let's touch on the. I know it sucks. It has to be quickly, but let's touch on the Warriors Nuggets game real quick. I was obviously in attendance that game for our home opener. Amazing energy, I think, until Aaron Gordon started draining threes in the second quarter. Warriors perimeter defense still somewhat worries me. Luka carved us up in the first game, and it felt like Jamal Murray was getting whatever he wanted. This game kind of went in like, from the Nuggets point of view on who was killing it, kind of went in like phases. It was Jamal mostly in the first quarter and like to begin the second, and then Aaron Gordon really started getting hot from three and took over for the rest of the game until Jamal again started getting going later in the fourth quarter. Aaron Gordon, just a big shout out to him. 50 points, 10 of like 12 or 11 from three.
The
It's
most
like
efficient 50-point game of
ever
all time.
101
That's crazy.
shooting or something.
105, dude. 105.8 or something.
I just think it's
Ridiculous.
insane how he's transformed himself since entering the league. Like, I heard that he shot like below 50% from the free throw line at Arizona, and now he's shooting a higher percentage from three than he did from the free throw line at that point. Came in as a very raw, just like athletic guy. With the Magic, again, he would get to the rim mostly, didn't really show flashes for shooting, and it's completely changed his game. I think in the 2022 Warriors series, we were kind of letting him do whatever the fuck he wanted. It would just stop Jokic and let everyone else do anything, and he couldn't really do much. And last year, shot like way over 40% from three, and now seems to be on pace to do the same thing. So huge shout out there, and like he even took us off the dribble a couple of times, hit some nice twos. That like slow and one in overtime was sick. So huge game from him.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to mention like it wasn't even like he's late into his career at this point, 2014 draft. It was literally last year when he became suddenly a randomly elite shooter.
Elite.
In the Thunder series, like again, he's a guy you kind of want to out of the starting lineup. He was probably the guy you wanted to leave open the most, other than Christian Brown. And then he would just drain all these threes. Game one, obviously, hit the three to win the game. Game four, hit a huge three to tie the game. Like he would just clutch in these moments. And at that point, like even throughout the regular season, he shot at an amazing percentage. I just couldn't believe that he was an elite shooter. And then going after that Thunder series, I was just like, no, this guy's legit. And then after this game, it's like you can't deny his ability to shoot the ball.
It's just like unheard of that someone is this athletic and it like and can shoot the three ball. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, that's why you think it's a fake shooting like change. It's like the Brooke Lopez Layden career type thing. Only this is like even more impressive, I would say.
yeah,
Um, yeah. And then, but outside of that, that's the thing about the Nuggets. It was mainly Jamal and Aaron Gordon who were memorable from that game. I think Jonas Valanciunas gave some nice minutes off the bench, as did Tim Hardaway Jr. Bruce Brown defensively was fine, but offensively didn't really do much. Um, and then, yeah, Jokic was the biggest disappointment. And I think that has a lot to do with the Warriors' defense and also him looking a little bit out of shape, maybe. I thought Draymond and Al is the perfect combination to guard him. Just kind of getting him. It's about catching the ball in a comfortable situation, in a comfortable spot for Jokic. If he gets positioned in the post, he's either getting a nice little hook or he's going to find someone open. And the one time where he did get good positioning, Draymond intentionally fouled him. And I was telling like people I was with, I was like, the only reason he takes that foul is because Jokic caught it so deep. So yeah, with Al Horford in the back line, Draymond just putting a stellar performance on ball on Jokic, held him to like 8 of 22 shooting or
yeah,
something incredibly low, and then 2 for 13 from three. Like when Jokic takes more than like 6 threes in a game, that means he's settling, and that means he's tired and doesn't really want to put in effort. So it's that low
absolutely.
center of gravity for Draymond that kills you, and then we're burying the lead a little bit, but obviously Steph um, took over starting the third quarter. He had 7 points at halftime, started getting a little hotter. He hit his first 2 threes in the third quarter. Was aggressive driving as well because the Nuggets really have no rim deterrence. And then in the fourth quarter, starting at the 3 minute mark, just completely outscored the Nuggets' entire team, which was amazing to watch in person. My voice is still, like my throat is still sore from the screaming and the jumping that I was doing watching this game. So yeah, just incredible performance from the whole Warriors team. Kuminga, a second really good game from him on both ends, getting some huge rebounds, getting a
Yeah.
block on Jokic, and then obviously like the playmaking continues to be there. He's looking for the guys rather than just like kind of looking for his own shot very much. Yeah,
Yeah, very impressive game from the Warriors, the resiliency. Obviously, Steph just had a nuclear out of body kind of moment in the down the stretch of that game. And then in the overtime, it was just they made the right plays. Jimmy get that shovel pass to Draymond, and then that huge three that dagger huge three to get up six. Like every time the Nuggets kind of had a moment, like Aaron Gordon had 50 points, Jamal Murray had 25 and 10, and Jokic had a triple double, and the Warriors were just doing enough to get over that. And Steph obviously made the most insane shots down the stretch.
Yeah.
And something I really noticed from Steph this year, I think the free throws are definitely going to go up because of this new hitting the hand thing. And I think he's really taking advantage of that and trying to draw those fouls, and it's going
That
in
was
his
a
favor so
huge.
far.
Oh, yeah, we were
Yeah.
down 5, like 2 minutes left. That was a huge call. Uh, yeah, Warriors. I definitely think like Nuggets to me, second best team in the league, not even the West. So the Warriors to look like go head and head with them, and I don't even think. I think that's a replicable performance mainly because Aaron Gordon had 50 points. Like for us, I mean, like to keep stay in the game. Jokic is obviously going to play better than that, and you would hope Cam Johnson fits in more in the offense. I thought Christian Brown was super passive offensively too, and defensively he was just like gassed from guarding Steph. So I think it'll be a very fun series if these two teams play. I'm sure you agree.
Yep.
In the playoffs, yeah. Okay, let's go on. Like we'll quickly touch on obviously a ton more teams that have played already. Let's just touch on some disappointments and surprises. Let's start. We've done a lot of interesting, like good. We've glazed a lot. Let's go to some disappointments real quick. No, Mavs. What are you thinking? They're 0-2 right now with an opening night loss on Wednesday to the Spurs. Wemby just demolishing them. They lost by like 20 plus. And then a game where they were down most of the game and they came back a little bit, fake comeback, lost to the Wizards at home, I think, too.
Yep.
So, yeah, Mavs 0-2 to start. A team that people thought could contend for a top 6 seed in the Western Conference. Like, people are as high as that on the Mavericks. Going as far as to say they're better than the Lakers. Just insane to me. So, yeah, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's very clear that the lack of guards is an issue for this team, and
Yeah.
the lack of shooting is an issue for this team. The last two games they've shot pretty abysmally from three, and then especially this game, they've been, turning the ball over like crazy. 21 turnovers in this game, and then on the Wednesday, let me check real quick.
Huh.
They had 16 turnovers, so not as bad, but still. And I think more in that game, they were just couldn't shoot in the paint. Like it was a real big Wemby dominance in that end. But yeah, I think the lack of guards and interior penetration is really going to be a problem for this offense. Like I'm struggling to see this being a top 20 offense even. We saw, I think, a stat that this year that sorry, this is in the first time in 7 years, this was like the worst shot. Uh, what's the word? Do you know what I'm talking about, this stat?
No, I have no idea what you're
Okay, so it's like the shot quality. Sorry, this was
Yeah.
the worst shot quality that they had in 7 years, which is basically when Lucas played for the
What
Mavericks.
against Wemby, you're saying?
Yeah, the last game.
Oh, wow.
And then this game they scored 107 points versus the Wizards. So very similar, terrible offensive performance.
I'm telling you,
Very just
yeah,
yeah,
AD like it's the back to the Pelicans thing, right? Like they were at their best when they had Rondo and Drew as their backcourt with AD. Like in 2018, that was the best we'd seen that Pelicans team. He
yep,
doesn't have a real point guard. He's not the type of guy where he'll just go out and get 40 like it's nothing. Like he thrives next to someone who can get him the ball in good positions and he'll finish. Yeah, he's one of the best players in the league offensively. But yeah, he needs a true point guard out there. Or at least a serviceable point guard. Like you can't expect Cooper Flag and PJ Washington to be making plays for you. It doesn't like again PJ with 9 turnovers today, like you pointed out.
yeah,
And Cooper with a very mediocre start to his career, he had like 16, 5, and 5, something like that today in the loss. Of course, was a minus like 7. And then Clay is not getting open shots. He shot like 2 for God knows what today. He had 8 points. Rest of the team is just struggling out
yeah.
there.
They're averaging 21 and a half assists per game over these two games, obviously short sample size. That would have been last year. Uh,
Yeah.
so they're just not getting, I mean, obviously they don't have the playmaking on this team and the shot creation. And so this is gonna be a real issue. Maybe they go more in like a D'Lo lineup or something, but I just don't see the vision really on this roster.
I mean, D'Lo starting would be. I think that he's not a terrible. Like you wouldn't look to him for his playmaking, but he's a point. He can play point guard for you.
Hmm.
At least keep them somewhat afloat for the time being, and he has chemistry with AD. It's better than nothing. So
Yep.
I definitely don't agree that you should start a rookie Cooper Flag at point guard or expect him to have the ball handling responsibilities. Speaking of point guards who have impressed, should we move on to VJ Edgecombe as a surprise? Point guard, shooting guard, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. So in his debut, he had a Sixers record 34 points against the Celtics in the win, the 117 to 116, come from behind win. The fourth quarter itself, he was pivotal in that comeback, as was Maxey. The backcourt combined for 74 points that game. And it was just incredible. I was watching the game down the stretch. He's super composed, super into it, and he keeps wanting to improve. He said today, like, I'm not going to let this one game define me. I'm just going to keep learning, whatever. The good mindset on the guy. He's worked hard to get to where he is. He came from humble beginnings. And yeah, super impressive performance for his first game with a hostile environment in Boston, of all places, to come out like that with that confidence. He shot the three well too, which is a big question mark coming in from the draft.
Yeah, I completely agree. I thought he got a lot of great looks. He was very poised, definitely driving. Like it didn't feel like he was ever too panicked. There were a couple moments that he did feel like a rookie at times where he would just drive into three people and kind of get lost. And then at the end, he missed the two free throws that got the
Oh
Celtics back into the game.
yeah,
But at the like as a shooter, very impressed. And then some of the athletic plays he was able to
yeah,
show, like
yeah.
I think Kelly Oubre tossed him a lob in traffic, and he was just able to track the ball and finish it over like three people kind of running back in transition. He had an incredible like crossover into a dunk in semi-transition. He's an impressive like player. I think he's going to be very good. This Sixers guard rotation is pretty insane. Like
Oh,
Maxey, Edgecombe,
injured
Quentin.
too.
Yeah, they
Oh,
got Jared McCain, Quentin Grimes. Like this is a very like I didn't think the guards would be a strong suit. I
yeah.
mean, obviously we knew that they had some good guards, but like to have VJ play at this level is
Already.
pretty impressive. And honestly, defensively, I thought he was like very solid as well. Like,
There was a couple times where he lost this guy
right.
that I wanted to point out, but that's something like his on ball. He definitely has a tool. He's a pretty big wingspan too. He
Yeah.
has this to be a very good defender. Another thing is passing. He also missed some guys, I think, down the stretch. It's like those like driving into three guys. The
Right.
decision isn't fully there yet. But again, one game in, incredibly impressive from this whole rookie
Definitely.
class. In fact, we'll talk about it in a longer pod, but this whole rookie class is really impressed early in the season. Let's we can't bury it anymore. Let's talk about Wemby, dude. What do you
Yeah,
think?
let's do it.
Scared?
Um, Yeah, I mean, the highlights were terrifying. As a Thunder fan, like you're thinking, oh, we got the next dynasty, we got nothing to worry about. This year it doesn't work out, we got the next one and the
Two
next
weeks
one.
of
And
that.
then
There's
that
no-
just gives Wemby more and more time to do what he does. The highlights were terrifying. He had like a double tween step back against, I think, Derek Lively, where he was able to hit a three. He had a pump fake into a reverse dunk on PJ Washington.
ran one.
Uh, he had 9 blocks tonight and he was guarding Zion for most of the game today against the Pelicans. Like, what can't he do? I'm pretty terrified. I do think I will say the Mavs defense did not scare me tonight on that day where he just went off for 40 on 75% true shooting or 75% shooting. Because I feel like his weakness is obviously that he's 7'5" and handles the ball like crazy.
Mhm.
And even though his handle has gotten tighter, it's gotten faster over these, especially this season. It's looked great, like better than it ever has before. He looks like an actual like guard wing right now, which is insane. But he still dribbles incredibly high. Like
Yeah.
if you have guards who can get under him and try to take the ball away from him, he hasn't turned the ball over yet, which is an insane stat considering
You?
he's yeah, like he didn't turn it over in the last game. He didn't turn it over in this game from what I saw. So insane. Like the fact that no one's kind of put pressuring him, that means that he's comfortable right now. And that's what terrifies me the most. So I am very scared of Wemby. I think his shooting is definitely something that's hit or miss. Like he's not very consistent on that end.
Yeah.
Tonight, like he didn't shoot the ball extremely well. Like he had a huge three that he bricked, but I mean, 15 of 21 even that was the last game. And then today against the Pelicans, shoot, let me bring that up. My bad. My hands are sweaty.
He shot like
So
11, 20 or something from the field, something like
yeah.
that. What if he shot from three though?
Oh
But
for three, yeah. From three.
but
So
he's
and then he had a big
not
brick
forced
and
up though. Last year, remember he was taking some like he was taking like 6, 7 threes a game, and we were
yeah.
getting. And later on, he shot like them at a 40% clip. But like it's just the first game, one of two. I'm glad that he's going to his strong suit because inside he's unstoppable. Similar to Jokic, similar to Jokic, I think the one thing is if you kind of front him with a like, I feel like Zion would be the perfect guy. You would put like if Zion was a better Zion's not a bad defender, but if he was a better defender, like he would be the type of guy that could give you Wemby troubles if you guard him out in the perimeter.
Right.
Because you're pretty sturdy, you have a sturdy base, right? Wemby's not extremely strong. He wants to shoot over you. So if you make him uncomfortable from the jump, from the perimeter itself, it puts you in a good position.
Yeah, I'm
So
never worried about him as a shooter, like when it's catch and shoot and the guy's under him. I'm
yeah,
more worried about when he's able to dribble into a shot.
yeah,
Like that's the
exactly.
terrifying thing.
Yeah. Because he's so
And
used to playing on ball. Like his entire
right.
career, he's been very comfortable, like even as a center, like playing on ball. So catch and shoot is something he's not. That would be lethal if he becomes an elite catch and shoot player. With De'Aaron Fox coming back whenever,
Yep.
that could be huge for him.
I also think like the Spurs have just been better at getting him the ball in those situations. I saw a couple great passes from Harrison Barnes today, Stephon Castle. Like they're getting aggressive at finding him near the basket, which is something they really struggled with last year. I think they made a point to emphasize, let's get him the ball if he's 2 feet away from the basket because he can just reach over everybody and either flush it or just toss it to the rim.
In that Spurs game, in the not Spurs, Mavs game especially, I feel like they did a really, really good job of finding him for like wide open. I don't know. It was just stupid to see him like destroy the front court of Derek Lively and AD.
Yeah,
So, uh, yeah.
nuts.
Let's go to another disappointment. Who do you want to talk about?
Yeah, let's talk about the Clippers. I mean, today they didn't disappoint. They won by 27 against the Suns, but that insane game on Wednesday where they lost, they gave up 48 points to the Jazz in the first quarter and then ended up losing by like 30 points.
Yeah.
What did you think about them? I mean, they look slow.
I'm
They
tell
look like
you,
the Unk team to me.
you want me to tell you what I think?
Yeah.
They don't have heart. The Clippers don't have heart. They're
Hmm.
down 40, like they lose the first quarter like 46-19. It's still the Jazz at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You can easily come back. You have the talent to come back. Like Kawhi played like shit. Harden played like shit. Everyone played like shit. Like there's nothing, no bright spot in that team. Zoo was the only one even putting in some effort. But yeah, no, I just think that they don't have enough fight in them. We obviously see they followed up that game with a win against the Suns today by like 29. Oh, they're 27 or something,
Yeah.
right? So they have the talent to win these games, but when you go down big like that to a team that's way faster than you, despite being much less talented,
Yeah.
I just don't. I would never think of the Clippers to come back in that
Yeah,
situation.
I mean, something you're making me think about is the fact that like there's no real vocal presence on this team. It's Chris Paul probably, and
Needs,
he's 40 years old. So like how much are you taking him seriously? But Kawhi's like the star, obviously super quiet guy. James Harden, I feel like even though he'll get like a little angry and annoyed sometimes, but it feels like it's more of a personal thing rather than like a thing to rile up his own team. There's no
James
one,
Harden never been that. He's never been that
yeah,
guy
for
who's
sure.
like his leadership is being his biggest like the biggest question mark, and like this whole I hate to question someone's heart because I just watched starting five and I really started to like James Harden after that in season two,
He seems like
but
a cool guy. I'm not saying he's not a
really,
cool guy.
I really fuck with him. But like the heart is a big question mark, and it's
Yeah.
been throughout his career.
Hmm.
Like, will he do anything that it takes to win? And he's like, we questioned it when he was in his prime. He's now like 36 years old, and again, like maybe you do throw in the towel in that situation. It's game one of the season, but I definitely don't think Kawhi is like that. I don't like. I feel like Norm Powell, if anything, last year would have been that guy who you
Right.
really would think of to be the heart and soul of the team, and they've lost him. So yeah, and Bradley Beal sure as shit isn't giving a fuck about that either.
Right.
So yeah, but I mean, let's not overthink this. They're still going to be a good team. They're still going to win like 48 plus games, I think. So I wouldn't be too worried. Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to touch on the Clippers? Aspirations still a question mark. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, definitely. We don't know what's. I feel like the until the NBA investigation happens, we're probably gonna not hear much about it
No.
unless Pablo Torre is gets. I think he's gonna focus more on this.
Yeah, he's talking about this scandal too, bro. He's
Yeah,
really blowing up. I'm happy
he
for
was
him.
on the Malik Beasley stuff when that happened, and then that blew over. But Malik, he was still kind of like he had pretty good evidence about Malik, so I feel
Yeah.
like something's gonna come up about him as well.
Yeah. Dude, good for this guy. He's really into like fucking over these NBA players. All right. Let's go to our last or another big surprise, I think, is the Milwaukee Bucks. Again, the first team they played this year was the Wizards, and they had a pretty easy win against them. Chris Middleton return game. He tweeted about it afterward. Yeah, I think Giannis he had like easy double double in that game. No one else really showed up that game. I think Gary Trent was good. Miles Turner with a pretty shitty debut for the Bucks. And then like I think Ryan Rollins this game looked pretty like again today they played the Raptors, who
Yep.
I actually picked the Raptors in this game because they impressed me versus the Hawks. Their defense looked really, really good. And they're actually making this offense work. Like we talked about how they have a bunch of like very solid playmakers in the starting lineup, but they don't have a true point guard, true
Right.
playmaker. They're all like 5 assists per game guys. They're making it work. Scotty Barnes making it work. Brandon Ingram, RJ Barrett, and they're getting Jakob Poeltl involved too. They looked really, really good against the Hawks. And they followed it up with a pretty impressive performance against the Bucks. Like I know we're talking about the Bucks, but the Raptors, like maybe we're a little bit low on them coming into this year. They look pretty good. Their defense looks really good. They match up well against Giannis, and even though Giannis had like 33 and 20. So yeah, Bucks, if they continue taking care of business against the mediocre teams, like they could win 45 games this year. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like from what you've seen, would you take them or the Pacers like right now over the course of the season?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think maybe slightly lean the Bucks. Even though coming
Oh,
into the season, I was kind of going all in the Pacers.
yeah.
Something I'm really high on the Bucks specifically is I think they're just going to shoot a ton of threes.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
And because everyone outside of Giannis in that starting lineup is just chucking up the ball, they have AJ Green.
Yeah.
They're missing KPJ, who would be another guy who shoots the ball. But yeah, like I said, AJ Green, Miles Turner, obviously, Ryan Rollins is a catch and shoot guy. Gary Trent Jr., obviously, great catch and shoot guy. Like they're gonna shoot a lot of threes, and that can really lead to some big offensive explosions. Especially when you have Giannis as a great floor, just gonna have a constant. He's gonna obviously like have 35 every night, but the fact that they can also get to like a really high level with the fact that like they have great 3-point shooting, they're a better team than I expected coming in.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, if you're an underdog team, the one way you have a chance of winning is shooting a lot of threes. Like
Right.
that's a classic example. You get hot, and they do have very, very good 3-point shooters, and they also have Giannis inside for
Hmm.
offensive rebounds. So yeah, I think the Bucks could be a surprise again. Early in the season, two mediocre wins. Raptors more impressive than the Wizards win, even though the Wizards did beat the Mavs. But yeah, well, more to come from them. I think it's just worth touching on the fact that they're 2-0 right now in the Eastern Conference. I think we could add one more surprise to the list. I think it's maybe not a surprise to you,
Yeah.
uh, but the Blazers. I'm sure you want to talk about it very quickly before we go to our last disappointments.
Yeah, absolutely. I was really high on the Blazers coming into the season.
Yeah,
Obviously, we got some controversy with their head coach not being a part of this team anymore, but they got their first win today. The game before, I thought they played excellently.
mhm.
Um, The thing that I was coming into the season a little higher on was Shaden Sharp and Scoot Henderson. I thought they were going to be a real offensive punch for this team that they needed, but the defense was just going to be there because of Drew Holiday, Donovan Clingan, Tumani Kamara. Those are like that's just a very excellent starting lineup of defense, and they've been proving that like they're playing full court. They have Clingan in the back end to be an incredible rim deterrence, like, and then Kamara can guard wings, forwards, point guards. Like they have all of that versatility on that end as well. But what I was really impressed with is actually Jeremy Grant, who had a really terrible season last year, but he's come to play the first 2 games of the year so far. Excellent first game. I think missed like 3 shots against the Wolves, and then the second game played well against the Warriors as well. So if he can keep this up, if Shading Sharp can step up a little bit, he's having the ball in his hands a lot, maybe not used to the duties of being a focal point on in this offense. If he can get back to his averages, even though last year, like 19 points per game, I think this is a very good team. Obviously, not going to shoot as well they did yet today, but the fact that they can play this well defensively and stay in games through that, and then also have a variety of guys, Jeremy Grant, Denny Avdia, Shaden Sharp, when Scoot comes back, Drew Holiday still a solid offensive player.
Oh yeah, he
Um,
was good today. He had 10
he was
assists.
great, yeah. So there's a lot to like on this roster. I thought Matisse Thybulle looked like he's an NBA player
Very
again.
surprising. I heard
Yep.
us the last time he didn't have a steal in a game was like 2 years ago.
Dang.
Some ridiculous
Yeah.
stat. I totally butchered it, but I heard like on the radio. I was listening to the game.
He
Like,
had 3 tonight.
yeah, no, this guy is he's making his threes too. Like, how
Yeah.
many points do you have today?
2 for 2 from three, but 10 points.
Yeah, he played really, really well today. He completely like fucked us over in that third quarter.
Also, I
Jeremy
really like Blake Wesley. He's been a star, like a real rotation piece. He's been
hustles
pretty
too.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a possession where he missed a three, got his own rebound. I don't
And
know.
then if Robert Williams ever like becomes a guy for them, I
Yeah.
think this is a really scary team.
Or if
I don't know
Yang
if he will.
starts playing well, he's not even in the rotation. I think they could put him out after this first game. Like he barely
Yeah.
played today. Yeah, I don't. This team very impressive to me. It's exactly what we expected. We thought
Yep.
there'd be this exact team. The offense, I think, in transition they thrive most. Shaden Sharp, I don't see the vision. Like I've never thought he was going to be like some elite starter in the league. He looks solid, but yeah, Denny Avdia is the real like very very impressive part of the team. Timani Kamara is really really good. Klingon looks really good as
Yeah,
well.
Klingon looks amazing too.
Yeah, he's shooting threes now.
Yeah.
And then like Drew Holiday, obviously like doing what Drew Holiday does. Pressure. Yeah, I mean Steph's still at 35 through like three quarters, but it was I mean, no one else could really get going. I do think as a biased Warriors fan, like these guys are coming off a fucking impressive win in double overtime in Chase. So yeah, whatever. It was a really impressive win from the Blazers. And yeah, impressive almost win against the Wolves too before they just
Right.
got off kind of just collapsed in the fourth.
Yeah,
Okay,
Anthony Edwards just went crazy.
he play. Yeah, he didn't miss. He didn't miss in the fourth. Okay, let's go to the last disappointment. I don't think we have any more disappointments on our list, do we, Si? Yeah.
No.
Okay. Why don't you get? I know you're excited about this as well.
Well, yeah. I think my last disappointment is Paulo Banchero, especially the game he played today. 11 points, had one of the worst shots I've ever seen against in crunch time with the chance to win the game. Uh, Desmond Bane kind of fumbles the shot. They get an offensive rebound. Paulo's like stuck at the 3-point line. They had 5 seconds still left on the clock. Instead of passing out, he just turns around, chucks a 28-footer, complete miss. And I think that's pretty symbolic of his offense to start the season. Very reliant on his jump shooting. Again, I thought he played better in that first game against the Heat. He was a little
Yeah.
more aggressive downhill, but tonight he was just so reliant on shooting the ball. And that's been the problem with him his entire career. But I think this year to start off, especially like we're seeing the limitations of his game and how Franz is becoming that better player, that star player for the Magic. I'm just, no, I thought he would take a level up. We saw at the beginning of last year where he was just really great as a scorer to start off the year.
That's such a
And we
good.
see in the playoffs every year where he's excellent, but after his injury, his hamstring injury, I thought, maybe it was the injury that was kind of lingering, caused him to not play as well down the stretch last year. Then he played great in the playoffs. I thought it would continue. He's just been not good to start off the season, and it's really been the Franz show. I thought Desmond Bane has been pretty good to start off the year,
Yeah.
especially in the first game.
Yeah.
And but Paolo's been kind of disappointing, and he was a huge reason why they lost to the Magic tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think Franz has been amazing to start the year too. He's been like he's kind of kept up what he was doing last season. I mean, what do you have today?
27, so pretty good. He
He had
was,
24, I think, last game. Like, this is what you expect from him. He plays well.
yep,
I think Paulo is definitely like this is not a great matchup for him either. I think the Hawks just have a bunch of like Paulo-sized defenders too. Like they have
right,
Zachary, they have Jalen Johnson and Onyeka Okongwu, like very like mobile defenders. Not to say that the Heat also don't have an excellent defense, but I think these these long like bigger guys give him a lot of trouble. And let's not forget the Magic could easily be 0-2 right now. They had a
yeah,
huge comeback against the Heat. A Heat team
absolutely,
that had 146 points today against the Grizzlies. Haven't covered that, but very impressive win today in Memphis. But yeah, they could easily be 0-2 if it weren't for this like some dumb turnovers by the Heat down the stretch of that game. So yeah, it's been very shaky start for the Magic, and the Hawks also rattled off like a huge run. Like, is there a question mark about this Magic's team offense? Because they shot lights out in game one. I don't think we saw that. They replicated that in game two
yep.
today.
Yeah, I mean, last year, obviously the worst three-point shooting team, and it felt kind of like a huge jump, especially in that game one. I don't
Yeah,
think that's sustainable. Tonight, last game they shot 38%,
yeah.
12 for 31, which again, low volume, but shot well. And then tonight just like did not shoot well at all. 107 points, shot 9 for 32. But
Mm.
again, it feels like in the half court, their offense can get really stagnant, especially with Paulo playing like this and being super reliant on his jumper.
Yeah,
Just
I feel like sometimes like Jalen Suggs needs a real point guard next to him. I don't know. Like if they had like a Trey Young initiating us offense, it would be
right.
much better. Uh, yeah, but I'm glad to see Jalen Suggs healthy. I didn't
Yeah.
watch the much of the Hawks Magic game today? How do you look?
He's still kind of shaky offensively, but I felt like he made a lot of good plays. His teammates always like he had a great pass to Wendell Carter that he just kind of bobbled.
Yeah.
But he just makes plays, man. Like there are a lot of steals where he's just like the first one
Defensive.
able to get there.
Even in game one, yeah, even in the first game, I thought the
Yep.
Suggs, for what I watched in the first game, Suggs looked really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah, they're 1-1, but I think that's all we really have to cover in the season so far. Still very early. So
Fun season, lots of great games.
every fun season. It's just
Yeah,
so nice to have basketball back. I feel like, yeah, I feel like I like the hype hasn't even died down for me. I'm still waking up every day like, holy shit, there's basketball on today.
exactly.
Yeah, and it's nice. It's
And I've
nice.
liked the presentation with NBC. Like that's another surprise. NBC and Prime today. Great.
Prime
I
looks
thought they did good.
I don't like the scoreboard. It looks like a 2K scoreboard, but I
Yeah.
do like the actual like game. Like yeah, the whole thing looks very good. It's a good production quality.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We'll be back at you soon. These pods are really fun to do. It's quick recaps of the game. Maybe every few days we'll get one out there for you guys. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can email us at changeofpacepod@gmail.com. Follow us on all socials on Instagram, Spotify, TikTok, YouTube at Change of Pace Pod. And yeah, we'll be back at you soon in a few days. Thank you.